When James Ritter moved into 312 Ashford Street, he told himself the creaking floors and musty air were just signs of age. It was a narrow Victorian row house, its bricks weathered to the color of dried blood. The real estate agent had smiled too wide when handing him the keys, a brittle, twitchy smile, as if she were relieved to be rid of something. The place came fully furnished, though James hadn't asked for it. Heavy curtains, a grandfather clock that hadn't ticked in years. A long hallway that seemed to stretch further at night than in the day. And the room at the very end of the second floor. The one with the brass handle that was cold even in the August heat. The previous owner had left a single note on the mantelpiece. "Do not open the last room." James laughed it off. People loved adding creepy little flourishes to old houses, and this was probably a family joke, or a dare for the next tenant. The first week passed uneventfully. Then came the sounds. At first it was scratching. Faint, delicate, like a fingernail against the inside of a wall. Always from upstairs, always from the direction of the locked room. Then the scratching changed into something worse. Whispers. They weren't quite in English, but James could make out cadence, breath, and the sense that something was speaking directly to him, even through the layers of wood and paint. He began avoiding the second floor after dusk. The air up there seemed thicker, the shadows longer. Sometimes, walking past the bottom of the stairs, he caught the faint smell of rot, like meat forgotten in the sun. On the 10th night, he woke at 3:14 a.m. to find the grandfather clock in the hallway ticking again, though he had never wound it. The pendulum swung slowly, each motion followed by a tiny, sharp tap from upstairs. The key to the last room wasn't hard to find. It was inside the grandfather clock, tucked into the hollow beneath the pendulum. He stared at it for a long time. The brass was tarnished black in spots, and it felt oddly warm when he picked it up. That night, he dreamed of the room. He saw a 4-poster bed draped in gauze, a single rocking chair, and something in the far corner that he could not bring into focus, no matter how hard he tried. But it was watching him. The next day, James told himself he wouldn't open the door. But the key burned in his pocket all afternoon, like a live coal. It was raining when he finally turned the key. The lock resisted at first, then gave way with a deep, wet sound, like something coming unstuck. Inside, the air was colder than the rest of the house. Not the absence of heat, but the presence of something that didn't belong. The 4-poster bed from his dream was there, dustless and perfectly made, as though someone had just left it. The rocking chair faced the far corner. And in that corner, a shape. It wasn't a person, not exactly. It was the impression of a person, blacker than shadow, as though the light bent around it. Its head tilted as James stepped inside. "You finally came," it whispered, in a voice like breath over broken glass. James couldn't move, couldn't speak. The door slammed shut behind him. The neighbors say 312 Ashford Street is empty again. Sometimes at night, they see a shadow moving in the upstairs window. But it's not James, it's taller. The real estate agent's smile is even wider now when she shows the place to prospective buyers. And the note still sits on the mantelpiece, though the handwriting has changed. "Do not open the last room. You won't like what's waiting for you."